Welcome here to the Joy Generation. My name is Hannelie. And it's been 5 years that we've been on our Joy Rendezvous journey, and so much has happened and unfolded. Much of it completely unexpected, and joy is like that. It's something completely unexpected. It's like falling in love. Do you remember that? That feeling, that sense, that attraction, that connection, that curiosity? It's not something that we could explain to somebody else. It's not something we can even logically think about. It just happens. And joy is the same. And we can fall into joy because joy is a state of being. It's not a fleeting emotion or a fleeting moment of happiness, satisfaction, excitement, or instant gratification. It's the life force that runs through us and out into the world. Let me give you an experience of that. Let's rub our hands together. And tell me, what do you feel? A spark, warmth, friction? Who's creating it? You are. Just like the blood runs through your veins and your heart's pumping that blood, that love relationship between the two is joy. It's in our cells. It's in our neurons. It's not a concept. It's something to be felt and experienced. And we can fall into it. And it's much more potent than those other things and long-lasting. It's a space we can come back to whenever we need to. Yes, of course, we're going to experience happiness and sorrow and sadness. We are human. We're going to be irritable and frustrated. It's part of the human experience. We're going to be angry. Yet we can choose in each moment to come back to this space. Now, shall we do a quick check-in, a gentle one? So it's not here to judge ourselves. It's simply to notice how we feel in this moment. And it's not to compare with others either. So when you're ready, let's sense and feel into how you feel about being alive right now and celebrating life. And now, how does it feel in this moment to connect and be with another and others? Be with. And now, how does it feel to create and share? And how does it feel to explore and discover? And how does it feel to speak and express ourselves freely? And how does it feel to manifest and actualize? And how does it feel to show up in the world and engage? And how does it feel to respond to and follow the natural flow and whatever is unfolding and emerging in this moment? And simply notice. Many questions in a very short time. But these are our vital signs of our own well-being, which is not determined by the external world or others. And like that spark, it's ever present. It's the life force that's flowing through us into the world. And our experience of that, whatever it is in each moment. Now imagine the answer to all these questions were, it feels good to be with and to connect to others. It feels good and joyous to be alive and to celebrate life. It feels good and joyous to create and share and explore and discover. It feels good to speak and to express ourselves freely. It feels good and joyous to follow the natural flow and to respond to it. It feels good to manifest and actualize. It feels good to show up and engage. Imagine that. And that's all possible, even in this very interesting world that we currently live in. And there are many ways to access that and to ignite it within ourselves. regardless of what's going on around us. And here at the Joy Generation, our Joy Generation landscape is experiential, it's integrative and holistic with a W, WHOLISTIC. So that we can have a personal direct experience and decide for ourselves and step into our own self-authority to make decisions through using our own inner and outer sensibilities and intelligences, and that we can experiment with these in a variety of different ways. You must just look at nature. It's versatile. It's love, the infinite expressions of life itself in so many different forms and nuances and permutations and combinations. And we have access to that too. And we can discover for ourselves. Now, I can talk about joy, like you could clearly see, for hours and days. But it's best you experiment and explore together with us. And you can access our Joy Generation landscape here in the link that will be shared at the end. And we would like to invite you to come and have a explorative tour. I'll be your tour guide. Just connect with us and I'll be your tour guide. Just to give you a little bit of a view of what we are actually doing. As everything that we are doing is first happening on a personal level, then social, organizational, and collective. And we play on all these levels. Because if I'm unhappy with myself, my place in the world, in my relationships, it's going to impact my place in my career, in the workplace, in my community, wherever I go. That's why it's important to start with ourselves first. And then we explore the outer parameters. Me, here, us, we, adjacent, and beyond. So welcome here at the Joy Generation. And it's also a kind invitation to join our online salons and events and workshops. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, life, wherever you are. Goodbye.